Hello guys, welcome back to Garage Football. Here's our live watch along for Netherlands versus Austria in Euro 2020 Group C clash between, as I say, Netherlands and Austria at Johan Cruijff Arena. So here's our live watch along. I'm with Liverpool fan Jack Mack. Really recommend you subscribe to Jack's channel. Really good channel. The links in the description below. So subscribe to Garage Football if you're new, and leave your match thoughts, comments, etc. in the live chat. It'd be great to read those. Should be a good game, this, Jack. So thanks for joining, mate. Look forward to this one. Should be plenty of goals, I think.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me come on, mate, and everyone at home. Hopefully having a lovely night anyway. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic encounter tonight. Austria, Holland, and the Dutch side is both sides are littered with a lot of quality within the ranks anyway. We'll discuss it in a little second. But I've been impressed with the first couple of games in the Euros, mate. It's great. Obviously, we've got the Copa America going hand in hand as well. So if you've been soldiering on anyone out there that you've been, I know everyone's busy with work, but there's some people out there that have been watching the Copa America hand in hand with the Euro content as well. So yeah, I can't wait, mate. Thank you for letting me come on, Missy.
No worries, mate. No, it should be a good one, as you've said, mate. Because the Dutch, they beat Ukraine in their first group game, and that's probably the best game of the tournament so far. But as much as the Dutch have got fantastic players, which we'll go through the lineup shortly, but they've got Wijnaldum, obviously Liverpool or ex-Liverpool player now, and Depay, ex-Man United, obviously, and he's at Lyon. We're good going forward, but they looked really shaky at the back. Obviously, you said 2 in a few minutes when Ukraine got come back from 2-0 down to go back to 2-2. And Austria did well to beat North Macedonia, who can be a threat. So expecting plenty of chances for both sides tonight.
Yeah, definitely, mate. As you mentioned, Ginny, the ex-Liverpool player, whatever he does in terms of his career, obviously going to PSG, going for the money, obviously. But you can't blame him. He's going to be earning a plenty bit of pennies anyway, and he deserves it, really. But yeah, this Dutch side's, Bill, it's interesting to see how they come into this tournament. Obviously, changing manager prior to obviously the competition started. They had a lot of good games under Koeman before he moved to the Barca job anyway. But I don't think Holland have really got up to their full potential. Yeah, Ginny, when I have seen a couple of times in the Holland shirt, he plays a lot more advanced, and he's a one player, obviously, alongside Frankie de Jong in terms of that midfield. He really pushes on, and De Roon, hopefully that's right, probably not. But De Roon, obviously, the more defensive-minded midfielder, it just allows him, obviously, with Weghorst, he's had an excellent season for Wolfsburg. I think it was the third highest goal scorer this season, behind obviously the two main lads, Haaland and Lewan. But I'm excited, mate. It's they're both playing by the looks of it, 3 at the back. So fingers crossed we've got an open game, and hopefully Bill, me and you and everyone at home, we've got a lot of goals tonight. That's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't see that. I can't see it being a 0-0, mate. I've got to be honest. So let's run through the lineups quickly. We've got about 8 minutes or so to kick off. So we'll start with the Netherlands, like the home side. So Stekelenburg in goal. Back three of De Ligt, who's back from injury. He starts tonight. To Fridge and Blind. Midfield of Dumfries, De Roon, De Jong and Van Aanholt. Wijnaldum just off Weghorst and Depay. So with Austria again, a back three. So Backman in goal. Dragovic, Alaba, Hinteregger at the back, Schlager just in front holding, and then Liner, Lamer, Spitzer and Almer, and in the front two of Gregoritsch and Baumgartner, I should say. And of course, Marko Nautovic is missing after he's suspended for what's quoted as insulting another player from the North Macedonia.
Rightly so. He's a weird character. He's a good player, but his attitude was made up. Alaba took it upon himself to really just grab a hold of him, just screamed at him, didn't he, Bill? And everyone, it was wrong of him, man. It was really disappointing, but I think he's learned his lesson. I think Alaba and his teammates would have obviously got him in the change at the end of the game and give him an absolute rollicking, really.
Yeah, should be used to his antics. But I had him watching the West Ham for a couple of years, but no, he should rightly punished for what he said. Yeah, no. So he'll be a miss. He won't be on the pitch tonight. He won't be on the bench either. So, but no, there's plenty of good players, mate, on the show. Yeah, I'm expecting an open game, especially as obviously Netherlands and Austria, they won their opening games, and Ukraine beat North Macedonia earlier today. So this group's wide open, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the Denmark group that was on today, mate. Obviously, I think if Denmark managed to get those 3 points and only got beat by Belgium, but they all would have been on 3 points in their group. But yes, it's a very important for both sets of teams tonight, mate. And really, I think if you more or less whoever wins this now is more or less already qualified. I think they will be in terms of the points total. So I think Austria have got enough quality to really get in behind this Dutch side. Obviously, Daley Blind, I think he especially Matthijs de Ligt anyway, the Juventus defender, they don't have a lot of pace in and about them. Obviously, Stefan de Vrij, he's had a great season at Inter Milan. You can get at this Dutch team, and it'll be interesting to see if Austria can do that, or if Holland do progress in this tournament, really, if teams very much do stretch them. And I think, obviously, I don't know if everyone at home watched the Belgium team as well there in the previous game that's just gone there. Vermaelen, and if you're like, even if England come up against the other, obviously Belgiums or the Austrias or the Hollands in the later stages of the competition, you're looking to really expose them in terms of pace wise. But it's the one player that I want to have a look at. Obviously, David Alaba, his exploits are renowned. He's won title after title at Bayern Munich. He will be the one main player that really tries to create a bit of space in this. I know he's playing. It looks like he's playing centre back at the heart of that defence of the three. Alongside,
he was all over. He was playing in every position, I think, the other day, and he put in a brilliant cross for one of the goals. So he'll pop up as and when, really.
He's the Austrian James Milner, I say.
slightly
yeah. But yeah, who are you interested to see? Who's really impressed you out of both teams, Bill? In the early stages of competition, out of the Austrian and the Dutch.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wijnaldum, he's played, as you mentioned earlier, mate, plays a different role. Scored over 20 goals for the Netherlands over his international career. I don't think he's even scored 20 goals for Liverpool, did he? So in his entire career, he
becomes like a different player, mate. He's got that in his locker, but I think obviously Jürgen, when he was playing, he wants to utilise him a bit different. That's the quality of the lad. He's 30 odd now, but he's got that license and he has got that ability to get in behind the lines.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing him in. Obviously, Depay, Memphis Depay, he's starting the last couple of seasons to really fulfill his talent, which he didn't quite show at Man United. So I look forward to seeing him, and De Ligt, who's back from injury, and De Jong, who's highly rated, and then a few of the Austria players, Alaba, as we've mentioned, and Sabitzer is quite, I think, impressive from the other day, and one of the strikers. Gregorich, he scored the other day, and he's starting today. So, plenty of good players on the show. So hopefully, for the sake of our stream, of our watch along, there should be a few goals.
That's right. We'll have fun anyway, Hopefully, it's not as boring as the Belgium first half. Christ, I was falling asleep watching that. But obviously, big Kevin De Bruyne come on anyway, mate. But yeah, I think both sets. It looks like a 5 at the back, but obviously the modern day fullbacks now, you're more or less playing 3 with like 2 wing backs. I think in both systems. Just got it up on the BBC there. Yeah, but our house, I've seen him a couple of times in the Crystal Palace shirt on Match of the Day, and that really, I've not seen him a lot of him in the Holland shirt, but I think the first game I watched him, he was getting a lot forward, bombing down that left-hand side. He was really linking up play. So it'll be interesting to see how he combats against this Austrian right-hand side anyway.
Yeah, seems to have a bit more license than what he does at Palace, but then again, he gets forward at Palace at will, doesn't he? So probably not a huge amount of
I suppose that's what happens when you have Roy Hodgson and then you go into a certain the Dutch national team. Probably like, whoa, I'm going forward.
Yeah, especially as as we mentioned, I think the Dutch's defence, the strongest. It's not the strongest point of their game, is it? It's much more the attacking sense. So that's probably why they allowed that license to get forward a bit more. But the lineups being displayed on the Beeb. On the Beeb, we've seen bound to get underway.
Like a 4-4-2, that didn't it? In terms of the Austria, we thought it was a 3 at the back, but it's a thing, innit? Managers set up the tactics. I think on Google when we had a little look before kick-off, but it's looking like Alaba was picking up that left-hand side as Bill mentioned. In terms of his very youth, he's so utilised in a lot of positions. And it looks like I'm just made up to see fans in the stadium. Everyone, it's great to see. Obviously, hopefully this is the start now of really trying to get back to some form of normality in the future. Fingers crossed.
No, 100%. Yeah, hopefully, as we mentioned, it'll be should be a good game. So here we go, about to get underway. What's your score prediction, mate, before we get started?
3-2 Holland. I had to think about that. I'm just opening goals. I think it will be in this game.
Same as the Ukraine game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Dutch just to show you. I'm gonna go 2-1.
Yeah.
Right. So here we are. We're underway, and then we mentioned Alaba. He's got an early touch.
Looks like
I don't think I'll be missing the commentary too much. It's Jermaine Genius and Jonathan Pierce. I don't think we're missing.
We'll do a better job than that. I think he's taking the role over Gary Lineker, didn't he? That should be fun.
I read that. Yeah, no, he's not bad in the studio. I don't think, but I think he's pretty awful. I'll say. Are you watching it on the telly, or are you watching it on iPlayer?
On the telly this time, mate. I'm not like half an hour behind.
Oh, that's all right.
On the last on the FA Cup final, I had to come today, didn't I? And laptop set up now as well. Playing, so bad internet pictures. Austria down the left side here.
Yeah, bright start by I said the away side, and they're not technically are, because obviously it's been played in the Netherlands, isn't it? This game at the what used to be called the Amsterdam Arena, now called the Johan Cruijff Arena. So a sea of orange that the Austrian players can see, and that we can see. So I think we've probably seen it already in this tournament, and obviously when the league starts again in like August onwards, where home advantage will start coming back, I'd say.
Yeah, I think a lot of the players come the back end of the season as well. And we've seen it in the FA Cup, even if there's 5,000 or 10,000. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get a bigger capacity in the future. But even if it's like an away side, and you've got someone, even if it is like 5,000, there's bound to be people in the stadium giving you a stick. It will spin and get on. Oh, Holland are in here, I think. Can he find the pie on the left? Here he is. Memphis. That's a good tackle, don't he?
Yeah, did well, whoever it was back.
Grigoric, I think.
Yeah, is it the strikers all the way in the right back position? So he did well there.
Austria quite pushing on, quite an impressed first 2-3 minutes early, trying to suffocate Holland in terms of not only play around from the back. Obviously, you get that ball to Frankie in the middle of the park. He's a very good tactical player who likes to just control the tempo of the game.
Yeah, fancy the most of the play will go for him and Wijnaldum. I think, even though he's pretty just off the front, but got to stop the supply.
Oh, on your wide.
Good time on the pie, that one. Van Arnold, we've just been speaking about him.
Aye. Joe was proud, lads. I was giving you a bit of praise. Probably the only praise you got all season.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I think Weghorst, he's one of his very first, I think it was like his second first full appearance in a Holland shirt, I think only a couple of weeks ago. So it's interesting. You see that with certain, and we've seen that with certain English players, haven't we? Everyone in terms of getting called up for the national team quite late in the career. But as he showed in the Bundesliga, he's a very good physical presence. He's not just a big lump. He's very technical on the ball. He can really control the attack and flow of the game. Oh,
good skill. But Olma, the left back for Austria, they've still got the away side.
Cheeky couple of nutmegs there. Love to see. Austria down the left here. Go on.
Here's Olma again. Bit of space for him to run into. Couple players in the box. Can he get it in?
Come on, Klossy!
Oh,
get off. Get off. Like the sniper got him in the ground.
Well, it's Dumfries who went against him. So it was no penalty. Even in today's football, that playing a pen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, lovely ball run by De Jong. He's played Van Aanholt.
Chance for the Netherlands. Few players forward.
Lovely ball to Weghorst.
Keeper does really well. Read that.
Stecklenberg off his line very quick, wasn't he?
Well, the Dutch keeper was all the way at the other end. I don't think so.
Oh, bloody hell, no.
It's the Austrian keeper. It's the Austrian keeper. That was, just in the challenge from Dumfries. Yeah, Olma's had a good start to this game. Number 2, the left back for Austria.
It's a bit of a mad one, that I know. It's Stecklenberg in terms of the Holland national team goalkeeper.
He's about 108, isn't
he? Yeah, he's been around the block, hasn't he? I looked on the first group stage game. I think he's played like 12 games for Ajax this season, really. But as you said, I think it was like 37, 38. But
he's 38,
He's been everywhere.
It's weird. There's a few older players that you thought would have retired by now. Like Zhirkov for Russia, he's still knocking about. He must be about 700. Do you know what I mean?
I think we might have to drug test him after this end of the tournament. he's I don't even know how he's still going, mate. I can still remember when I was a kid watching him for Chelsea.
Exactly. Yeah. He's still going strong. Yeah, bright start by both teams. No chances to speak of, but they both look to a positive mentality and seem to be going through, which is bodes well for the rest of this match.
Frank de Boer, it'll be interesting to see how he does with Holland, really, in terms of obviously Ruud van der Sar. I think Holland could wish that he had him up front tonight. Obviously, what a great player he was.
Well, that's the thing. They had a ridiculous wealth of strikers. The Dutch had like Van Nistelrooy, Patrick Kluivert. Do you know what I mean? They had a ridiculous amount, but not quite the same stocks nowadays.
Weghorst is in here. It's a shocking ball.
Just behind Dumfries, I think it was. Is Wijnaldum though?
One player I wish I watched in this Holland team, if it was alive in that generation, was Van Basten. The documentaries in which I've watched over when I was younger. What a great player!
Yeah, it's probably one of the best Euro goal ever.
A volley.
Yeah,
I saw. It's done well there. He's looking for foul play on. Referee played play on.
Dumfries on the right.
Oh, lovely ball down the right.
Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Couple players in the box. Oh, it goes down. Ref plays it on.
Going down now, boys. Hit it all in the deck. Is that de Vrij?
The Vrij, of the whatever you say. Yeah, the centre back.
Yeah, he's playing right wing there. Everyone is just bombed down the right hand flank. Got in there.
It was a nosebleed. He was up that high.
And he's just gone down. He's a big lad. He's about 6'5". You're telling me if you're not going down there.
That's not a foul. But then is there a foul afterwards from Alaba on De Vries?
Oh, that's interesting. That. Yeah, he's had contact there, hasn't he? I think the VAR's surely got to look at that.
The first one was no foul, but the second one, Alaba comes charging out, and it's been checked by VAR, potential penalty check. And I've got to say that
I'd give that a pen, Bill. And everyone, definitely.
De Vries comes flying in as you should, following up and sustaining the attack. And Alaba, he's experienced player, the captain, he just absolutely flew out.
Has it been given? Oh, that's a pen, and everyone at home, that should be a pen. Just going to the monitor.
Yeah, he's going to the screen to have a look.
I mean, the main thing now, everyone will be: is it in the box? Yep, that's a pen. That's got to be given. That should be a penalty to Holland, obviously on a foul on Dumfries. Yeah, he was only over there seconds penalty. Yeah, that's been given.
There we go, that's a stick-on penalty if I've ever seen one. At first live, I didn't really look it, but on the replay, my God, that was good use of the technology. That's why it's there, isn't it?
We're just not used to watching it in the Premier League. We took them like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, really. Straight in there, had a quick look. And it's a big chance for Holland now. Depay got the ball.
Just can't believe that chance for Alaba, though. I'm stunned.
Yeah, he's obviously... Usually he's a lot more composed in terms of in and around the box, but he's quite rash tackled there.
Yeah, well, it's poor. But here we are, Memphis Depay. We picked him up before the game. See if he...
Hopefully it's not like Gareth Bale's golf club penalty.
That was horrendous, wasn't it? Yeah. Been watching so much Gavin Ensign.
It landed in my garden.
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go. Not a fan of these short run-ups, I've got to say. But here we go. Ref's about to blow the whistle. Here we go, Depay. Oh, good penalty, actually.
Lovely
goal. Goalie dived the right way and it looked to be right in the corner. Excellent penalty. Yeah. And Netherlands 1-1.
Great start for that, mate. That's what we need.
We wanted goals, mate. We got one after 10 minutes. That's a good start.
Absolutely love to see. He's barking orders after he's just give away a penalty. I know he's the Austrian captain, but they're probably all like, "What are you doing, lad?" It's a lovely penalty. That
couple of steps. Oh, that's right in the corner. It had to be. As I said, the goalie backman. He dived the right way. He nearly got to it, but that was an excellent penalty by Depay. And there we are. The home side of Netherlands in front.
A lot of confidence in that pen. You just love it. You see so many, haven't we, this season, Bill, and everyone at home, whatever team you support, certain players stepping up for penalties, and they changed their mind. Like, I don't know, Depay there picked his spot in his mind, even if the keeper, as we said, he went the right way, but the power and the sheer accuracy of the shot really took it past him. And see if Austria... Oh, referee move, mate. You're playing CDM for Austria. Dutch have got an extra there. Old midfielder there. Nice.
I quite like that rule, though, where when it hits the ref, the team that accidentally or whatever, they get the ball back.
Yeah.
I quite like that. I know some of the rules in football are absolutely ridiculous nowadays, like offside being on handball being one of them, but that one I quite like, to be honest. It's about like 50 years too late, but eventually they bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Netherlands are flying forward again. Bit of confidence from the first goal, as you'd expect.
So, well, if they can get the ball down the left-hand side, there's a lot of space, so much space. De Jong's here through. Find the pass.
Oh, good block.
Oh, good block, that.
Oh, defender's gone down. I think must have winded him, I think. Yeah, number 3.
Fella's going to understand that pain. Yeah, it's took one for
got it right in the chest. Yeah, great blow. I think it was on target if he didn't get in the way. Like Depay hit it well.
Yeah.
So Netherlands with a throw all the way back to De Ligt, back from injury. One of the bright young players in not just Europe, but probably the worldwide, you'd say.
That's a big boost for Holland, really. if you want to go further in the competition, you need him at least at the heart. Obviously, the work in which he done previous seasons. Oh, that's got to surely be a card. It's very rash by. Is that the room? Yeah, the room. Yeah, that's a card. That you can't complain about that. Very rash.
No, just sitting on the replay, dives in. Yeah, shouldn't have. Do you really need to be on the halfway line?
There's like the stop and play, then there's absolutely clattering him, man. You wouldn't even. Sometimes you'd say tactical foul, but nah, he just went through him.
But at least when Fernandinho does it, he's got like 10 minutes to go. Do you know what I mean? Not like 75 minutes to go like the Rune has.
Yeah. And give you the Austrian players now. You just want to get in and around them, really try and commit him into making a second cynical foul, really. He's pushing forwards. It's a shocking ball there.
Ronaldo's he's drifting out on the right, sort of out of possession. So when Austria are attacking, he's filling on the right, and then obviously when they get the ball, he goes forward and plays more of a attacking midfielder or second striker.
Oh, I tell you what, is that Van Aanholt slip there? Nearly let the Austrians in.
We bigged him up, and not for the first time, he's had a bit of a bad touch in this game.
She used to that all season.
He's not known for his defending at Van Aanholt. He's almost had a good start for Austria down the left.
Yeah,
comes inside.
I think he's got to have a big game today. It's a bit obviously the RB Leipzig man. It's a ball by number 2.
Yeah, you can tell it was Armour's right foot there. Just drifts out of play for a goal kick.
You have to see what the coach and staff thought about that. I think it looks like the assistants just looked at the manager like, what was that?
One of the assistants looks like Jamie Dorman, the actor.
Yeah. I don't know why you've got suits on in 30-degree weather. You'd be melting.
Yeah. I've got shorts on and I'm sweating.
Weghorst, is he through here? Can he find
Alaba gets back? Alaba redeems himself, gets the block in.
Great defensive work there, but if you're Depay, you'd be absolutely screaming at Weghorst really there. Just try and whip it round the back. I think it would have been a tap.
Yeah, should have played a bit earlier. Anyway, still Netherlands got thrown deep in Austria's half. Done freeze with the throw. Oh, that's a weird throwing, but it's given. Flick on, doesn't lead to anything.
I'm an admire it. It's really good to see a team. Really, everyone. De Vrij was so pushed up there. Or number 6, obviously for Holland, he was pushed up past the halfway line, deep into the Austrian half there. Holland down the left hand side.
Cross. Oh, well held.
Good catch there. Not the best cross by Van Aanholt, but can Austria spring a counter attack? Oh, they give away sloppy possession here.
Yeah, they've won it up high again, Netherlands, not for the first time. Just need to try. Well, it's easier said than done, of course, but Austria just need to let the game settle a little bit, because if they concede the second one, it's going to be hard for them to get back into it. I mean, I know Ukraine did the other day, but Ukraine, you probably argue, got more of an attacking threat than what Austria, if you've got to say, especially obviously with no Arnautovic from the bench either to call upon today.
Ukraine, obviously, the top their group in qualifying, didn't he? Obviously, Shevchenko, he's got them really playing well prior to the tournament. There was a Dutch trying to get the ball over the top there, collected by Bachmann. But yeah, obviously Yarmolenko, is he still at use? Is he still at West Ham?
He's still at West Ham, yeah. But it's weird seeing him play 2 games in a row, because he's quite, ability-wise, there's no question about him, but it's just his injuries have really wrecked his West Ham career, really. But when he has played, he has contributed, but it's been few and far between, really.
Yeah, his technical abilities, no question, really. He's similar. We've got certain Liverpool players.
Well, chance for a good cross in. Good defending by Ronaldo. In the box. And, there we are. Second Berg's got it. Sorry, carry on, mate.
No, it's Samus. In terms of looking at technical players, obviously Yarmolenko and obviously a lot of the Ukrainian players or certain players within Liverpool's system, obviously getting injured. But he's a very I like Yarmolenko in terms of he's always a player that offers you that big creativity, and he's more or less Ukraine's main man for this tournament.
Yeah, no, well, I mean that's the thing. If you kick cuts in on his left foot, he's got an excellent shot on him. So as you showed the other day, so here we go. He must have had he almost had the most touches surely for Austria down the left. His heat man must be like in the red zone at the moment.
He's had his ready break. Yeah,
or the Austrian equivalent. Other brands are available, of course.
Yeah.
I think they've played it well last couple of minutes. Austria, they've settled down a little bit.
Similar to the Belgian game as well, mate. So I think both sides they're really losing possession in silly areas. I think, as you mentioned before, mate, in terms of if Holland can get that final ball and get that second ball, they can really grab control of the game and just sit behind the ball and just hopefully counter attack Austria. Because it will be interesting to see if Austria do push out a bit more, especially if Holland do get a second goal and just start chasing shadows. Really.
Yeah, it's just when Austria have got forward. I mean, Ulmer down the left mentioned him a lot. He's had a couple of crosses, but there's been no one in the box. Or maybe one, there's been a run near post, and then there's absolutely no one following up. So that's something for them to look at as the sort of game progresses. Really, a bit of Dutch possession back to Stecklenburg. Smashes it out the pitch.
Oh, lovely! Can Weghorst get that? Oh, nearly. It was a good punt up field anyway, but Weghorst really tried to angle his body and just control the ball.
That's the thing with Weghorst. You know, bit of a target man, bit of a unit, isn't he? So that's the thing. Stecklenburg and even the Dutch defenders, they can go a bit old school and play in the channels up to him and play. And instead of having to play it from the back every single time, they can vary their play up a little bit.
Yeah, it's obviously training with Virgil van Dijk. I think if Van Dijk was going into the tournament with Holland, I think would have been in with a big chance. Like when Virgil van Dijk plays for Liverpool, he just elevates a team's ability of winning competitions. And obviously this Dutch national side, Van Dijk, when he's at the heart of this side, he would have very much made them possibly one of the possible big favourites really for the competition. He's that good of a player. But in the absence of them, it'll be interesting to see how they progress in this tournament. But 21 minutes into the second group game, you've started off very well, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, no, it's been looked good so far. Obviously, defence aside for the Ukraine game, they looked pretty impressive going forward, and could argue the same today, really.
Yeah. By going down the left here. He's left on a pull. Lovely ball. Oh, great defense.
Well. And again, follows up.
Austria's midfield's getting bypassed here. Obviously, the Dutch got a lot of technical players here. Lovely ball, that. Oh, couldn't quite find the ball.
Right idea. And Bachmann clears it out the pitch.
Austria in a minute, really struggling to keep hold of possession. Just every single ball you do get in and around their penalty box are just hoofing up the pitch. And I think Sabitzer needs to come into a bit more of the game. Very good technical player. He's got the ability to control the game and really bypass players. But Dutch going down the left-hand side here.
He's Van Aanholt. Back to midfield. I think that's De Jong on the ball. Oh, good run. Takes on a couple of players. That's well defended by Austria. No foul given there. Yeah, game just slowing down a little bit, which is will suit Austria down to the ground, mate.
Yeah, very much so. I think they showed prior to the game starting, everyone they had their thermometer out in this. Obviously, a lot of heat in terms of the stadium. So be interesting, like you've seen with the previous game, the Belgium game, both sets of teams, and today it'll be interesting to see if the drain in terms of the stamina of the.
Yeah, we saw that with the England game against Croatia. England come flying out of the blocks first sort of 20 minutes, and then sort of obviously it was a red hot day Sunday, and that started to slow things down afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, Alaba's there. What are you doing? Oh. The boy shoots. Oh, it's the side netting.
Lovely ball there by was one of the midfielders or Dutch defenders. As you said there, mate, Alaba's it was from a throw in. He's just let it bounce. One of the rules as a school kid when you're playing with your mates, never let the ball bounce as a defender.
I thought it was Dumfries, the right wing back for Netherlands. Just a straightforward throw, and then Alaba lets it bounce. So he's made a couple of dodgy decisions. He's defended well at times, and then obviously given away the penalty, and then that one. Like, what are you doing? They come off the That a ball was needed there.
Yeah, would have been down there. Van Haalthout's flank anyway. Austria, bit more time on the ball, and I think he would have found the Austrian player up front there. Just replaying that the pie shot there, mate. Everyone, it was a great 20-yard shot, edge of the box, and Alaba's more or less signalling that to his teammates. So communication not really being the best last 20-25 minutes in for Austria in terms of controlling the ball.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. It was a decent effort. He hit it well, the pie, but obviously you want to, if you can, try and shoot across the goal rather than go near post. But a decent effort from him. Just seeing the stats that come up, and Netherlands with all the shots, and Austria haven't had a single one yet.
Let's have a quick look at the bench for both sides. So you got Holland, you've got De Jong, Quincy Promes, Klaassen obviously has a decent season for Ajax as well. Daniel Malen, very good player, very young player. Got a lot of potential. Berghuis as well, Nathan Aki. So there's a lot of options for Holland on the bench. Let's have a quick look. And there's not many. I'm looking at the bench and I haven't really heard of any of those players. Probably a couple of names I've seen in the Bundesliga, but no one that really stands out. And Lazaro, obviously, I think he used to play for Newcastle. I think he was on loan anyway, mate. But I think he's the only really option on the bench I can see there. And
I need to look at half time at who those guys play for.
Yeah. Because it's mad when you look at England's squad depth and you just look at that Dutch side as well. Obviously, not as good as the classic Dutch sides back in the day, but still got a lot of great players in the squad.
No, they've got you could say it's a transitional Dutch side, really. This is their first tournament for quite some time, I think. So. I don't think the expectations there, but in comparison to obviously their great sides and stuff, but they've still got some good players. Is Austria though? Could be a chance for him.
Just have a shot.
Oh, blocked.
That was a weird that one. The Vrij or the Vrij. He's counting his kittens there, right? He just edited it, and then it just ricocheted off one of the players in front of him. Oh, he just edited into the ground. Could have went anywhere. Yeah, that's Austria's first real opportunity, really, to get inside the Dutch box.
There's number 19, Baumgartner. Done very well to cut inside, but he was on target, so De Ligt had to get in the way. And the bit unorthodox speed to get in the way and stop the shot going on goal. So that was a bit better from Austria. They got more bodies in the box there, so obviously it's technically not a shot on target, but it was that was better from them.
Yeah, there's real opportunity if Austria do come out a bit more, but I think they'll be happy if they do go in 1-0, considering how first half has panned out really, but they're in here, Austria. Can they find them?
Football forward.
Oh.
Oh, great challenge by Delete, I think it was again. Still got it though, Austria. Alma down the left. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does.
I've took it backwards, haven't they? Recycling possession now. Restarting the attack.
Yeah, this is better though, yeah. That's the thing, they haven't had to play that great through the lines to actually get at this Dutch defence.
No.
So,
yeah, obviously De Vroom, he's on a yellow and so he's a bit cautious in terms of attacking.
Yeah, good point, mate.
Another sloppy ball from Austria over the top.
That's a poor one. A great challenge by Delete. Can't keep him out of the game. Yeah, had the time that on that excellent tackle.
Great
Very
tackle,
good.
That.
Got to get those right, especially in the box. You mistime it a little bit. That's a Stonewall foul.
Yeah.
Here we are then. So it's coming up to half hour, and that's absolutely flown by, mate.
Aye. Sounds like I was going to have fun, mate.
But it's been a decent game. Obviously, we hoped it would be nice and open and chances and stuff, and there has been, well, especially for the Netherlands, obviously Austria haven't had that shot on target, but I mean they've shown they can carry a threat.
You've got a lot of technical ability, as we mentioned, mate. So I think the later this game goes on, I think we'll see a bit more pressure coming from the Austrian side. It's mad how we've seen in this tournament, everyone outgame. Simmons is just a classic saying, goals change games, and especially in the Euros, we've seen teams score the goal and then just completely flip on the head, really, in terms of the momentum of the whole game. Interesting to see if that. I don't know what the ref's doing there. It looked like he blew for the Dutch foul there, but he hasn't.
The play continues. Oh, just behind Vegas, I think it was. Yeah.
Pretty sure half of these Dutch players haven't got studs on the bottom of the shoes, mate. They're all flying.
Or the pitch has been watered just before the game started. Goes into a midfield.
Oh, good control there. But
gives it away there. Dumfries, good ball forward. Wijnaldum.
It's better by the Austrians. Oh, the throw, yeah. It's a bit to run. Oh, is that a foul?
Is that a foul? Yeah, it's been given, yeah.
Good tactical foul, as we were mentioning before, top of the show, mate. Good technical foul. I think it was De Jong or De Vrij. Really, he knew exactly what he was doing, stopping that. Yeah, it's a bit naughty, that. I know it's a tactical foul, but...
Could be a yellow on another day, yeah.
Yeah, another ref could have possibly given.
Baumgartner gets the free kick. Alaba takes it short.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a great opportunity for Alaba. He's got that ability, hasn't he?
Oh, don't lose it there.
Yeah,
God! After all that, haven't had a shot on target, had a chance to get in the box, and they fuck it up.
Yeah, that's just classic Austria this half, right? Austria 25, 30 yards from goal.
The manager's having pants to the manager, been tearing his hair out.
That manager, shows the Austrian manager. He's probably fuming at the moment now. I know I would be. He's smiling, but deep down he's going to have words with them at half time.
Yeah, on the outside, but on the inside, he's absolutely raging.
You're like, come on, boys. There's a real opportunity to get players in the box there for Austria, but wasted.
Definitely. Here's Alaba at the back. Chance for Austria to build something from there.
Sabitza's dropping very deep. Oh, hang on, he's found it. Nearly.
It's not a bad ball. Gets a thumbs up.
Lima. Obviously, the RB Leipzig players link in there very well. In terms of the way they play this season.
They're just showing the foul. They're just showing the penalty that Alaba gave. Well, I still can't believe that challenge from him, though, of all players as well.
Yeah.
So,
the classic celebration by Depay. Probably all the Man United fans giving them rubbish on Twitter. It's probably go like that. No more. Interesting to see where he turns up everyone in it. I think he'll go PSG.
Well, I think the piece in the press today, I think Barcelona, because Koeman wants him, I think, apparently.
Yeah, if they don't, hopefully they don't do what they done with Wijnaldum and take us about 10 years to sign a contract. It's mad that Wijnaldum turned around and said they were just taking the mickey in terms of obviously offering the contract to him and that. And PSG just swooped in and offered a couple of 100k more. So he's, I think Barca forgot that he was a free agent.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We had Austria through here, they've broken the line.
I'll keep giving the ball. Alma, I'd love to know how many touches he's had in this half. It's insane.
Oh, has he still got that? Austria's still got that ball. 25 yards from goal. Quick throw in here. Cruijff.
Just need to try and sustain some attacks for the next few minutes. Try and create at least one chance before half time, you'd say, Austria. Chance to get in the box. Shot! Oh!
Hinteregger. I'd say if he scores, I just had a pop shot, really. It was a classic centre-back shot. 25, 30 yards. Tell you what, mate. And everyone that flew in, that would have been one of the goals at sort of.
I think our heads would have exploded, Jack, if that one went in. It went over comfortably in the end for Stecklenburg, but Jesus, he hit it well. Left footed and actually smashes it.
Aye.
And to be fair, nothing was on for him, so why not?
You've probably classed that as their first shot on target, wouldn't you? Well, obviously not on target, but in terms of potential shots.
Yeah, I don't mind that I don't care if it's defenders you score. If there's nothing on, I'd rather you take a shot any day of the week.
Or was it Vincent Kompany when they won the league, sadly? But
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scream at him, don't shoot. And he just absolutely buries it from 40.
That's what I said afterwards when don't shoot, Vinny, don't shoot. Classic. Oh, I was right. I was right. The postage stamp, wasn't it? That goal. Oh. Well, obviously, you had your head in your hands on that one.
That's when if that flyer's in, you're like, oh, yeah, it's not written in the stars here.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Once in a blue moon, shots like that go in. But fair play to City.
Yeah, didn't have to wait long now. Won it the year after, so not too bad. It's been good. This has been much better from Austria. So they've sustained their attack. They kept the first sort of half hour, so they kept giving the ball away in bad areas. And when they did get the crosses in, there was no one in the box. But they've started to keep the possession a little bit more, which is
that's not a foul. Get up. He's the Austrian player looking for a foul there, and that's a foul.
That's peak skill by Wijnaldum, that is.
Yeah, classic Dutch shimmy in the midfield there. Just got away from him. And Hinteregger, he's about 6'6". He just took out his big leg and just took him down. Yeah, it's a foul. Oh, I tell you what, he has kneed him in the chest area.
Yeah, no, I think it might be his reaction that might have put off the ref making that decision. Yeah, another day that one's given. The Dutch back in possession.
Weghorst now trying to flick it round the corner to Van Aanholt. Nearly got it.
Yeah, good. The right idea. Nearly come off for him. I think since the goal, I think Austria have more than held their own. It's just can't concede that second goal, mate, especially for half time.
Yeah, Stefan Leiner. There's a lot of Bundesliga players in this Austrian side. Obviously, they've all got mates and obviously fellow Bundesliga sides as well. But
it's back to Stecklenburg in goal. Goes up the pitch.
Can Austria try and get hold of the ball there? Good control there.
And they've done that by
couldn't quite get over the top of the Dutch back line. It's a throw in for the Dutch. Well, that's
Schlager.
line.
Who's possibly
that's
fouled earlier.
A card, looking like a card. Yeah, that's got to be a card. That by number 11, Gregoric.
Yeah, Gregoric, yeah, striker, yeah. Typical striker's challenge. You could argue.
Just have that.
Oh God! No mercy given on that.
I thought Gregoric was going like, "Oh, that's not a card," but he knew himself as soon as he did it. He's like, "That's a tied. That's a tied for that." Everyone call that. Right?
Blame on the heat.
So get me into that set.
Yeah, well, Austria, yeah, as I said, I think if they can keep it to 1-0 at the minimum, I think they'll take that. Take that and party. Alba good header.
Wide over there.
A bit spacey from Van Alden.
Lovely ball.
Begos. This ball bounce. Oh, it's a miss.
Just landed back garden.
What a chance that was, making 2-0.
Wegos.
Oh dear.
Lovely ball by Wijnaldum there, mate. Wanted everyone. 30-40 yard ball over the top.
Oh, Van Arnold, that was, mate.
Oh, Van Arnold, yeah. It's
lovely ball. Begos does absolutely everything right. Similar to De Bruyne earlier, doesn't take the shot, he passes it on. Depay, the man you probably wanted to ball to, and the ball is crestfallen.
He's done all the outwear for the guy there.
There's no offside either. No offside, I don't think so. God, what a chance that was 5 minutes before half time.
Jesus. It'd be interesting to see if Austria do react now. Moments like that change the tide of certain games.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, it's a chance here. Van Arnold. Well, great block. I think it was Ulmer. Whether it was going on target, we'll see it on the replay. But another big chance for the Netherlands, and there's a free kick. Bit of respite for Austria. Here we go. Let's check the replay.
It looked onside. Yeah, he's on. Yeah, he's on. Last line of defence there. Austrians.
Yeah, Van Arnold, not for the first time. Was that going in? Well, it might have been as well. Need to check the reverse angle, but I think Ulmer saves the goal there. Just seeing the pie chance again. Let's it
Lovely
bounce.
touch by Wegors there, mate. Wasn't he? He's pulled it back and
absolutely perfect. I think Depay pressed circle on the PlayStation too much there, mate.
Like watching me and you and everyone I know.
Speak for yourself.
I don't think we're quite good to play for the national Dutch team, mate. But
no.
I think everyone at home watching as well. Saying that if Wegos puts on the play, everyone at home and me and you, and even my dad here watching with me as well.
What a chance that was! Even the Wijnaldum one. I mean, I'm sure they'll show it at half time. Yeah, whether it was going to go on target, it was a great block by Ulmer, I think it was. How many times we mentioned him in this first half? But yeah, 3 minutes to half time plus stoppage time. Yeah, we've said it a lot, but Austria need to keep it to 1-0 at the minimum if they're going to have the chance, you feel. Oh, they give it away. Oh, it recovers well for Van Arnold. Does well there. Here's the point. Just showing the replay of Blind. Oh, that's a possible foul. I don't think the ref didn't give that one. Yeah, Blind got away with that one. Is Austria the guy out of the back? Don't want to give it away there. Oh, got away with that one. They get a foul in midfield. Oh, yeah, absolutely comes flying out to Vrij. Not for the first time today. Jack, I can't hear you, mate. Oh, Austria have lost it. Is Wijnaldum chance? Depay, can he make amends? Depay? Oh, great block. Excellent block.
Technology, don't you love it? Hang on.
There we are. He's back.
Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah, another big chance for Depay, mate. But this time it's a great block.
Yeah, sorry everyone, technical issues as always from my end.
No, that's all right.
But yeah,
here we go. Can Austria make
football.
one more chance before half time?
Interrega can he get on the end of that?
Oh, it just goes out. It's the right idea.
You're looking at Lime.
Yeah, Lima with the ball in.
Big physical presence, the Austrians, aren't they?
And they're big units, some of them, aren't they?
Yeah, I just find it mad how Ginny gets up so high. Obviously, seeing in the Premier League, like Tim Cahill, Jim Wijnaldum, small players, got big leaps.
I was going to say Cahill, yeah. Cahill had an absolute spring with him, didn't they? Yeah, so we're in stoppage time. Only the 1 minute.
Yeah.
And this time we've played.
Bit of ping pong in the middle of the pitch there.
That foosball, that was.
It'd be volleyball or something. If you both set the managers, it'd be fuming. You're like, what are you doing, boys?
I don't think Austria will mind that, mate. A bit of midfield battle before the half-time break. They'll settle for that. It's 8-2-0, which you have to say, mate, on the balance of this half, especially the last 10 minutes, I mean, this Netherlands should be at least 2-0 up.
Yeah, very much so, mate. I think with the Austrian coach, that Weghorst assist, that potential assist, that should have been more or less for Depay. They're frustrated. I think from an Austrian point of view, I think you feel he's very frustrated and not really kept hold of possession in the right areas. Let's try and get the stats up really in terms of the big chances created in terms of that half.
So there we are. It's half time and the Johan Cruijff Arena. It's Netherlands 1, Austria 0. So after on the balance of play, that's a fair enough scoreline. And as we've mentioned, it could have been even greater with that big job with Depay. Obviously scored the penalty, which we'll talk about. But he had a massive chance. But what 5 minutes before the half-time break?
Yeah, very much so much. It's been a good. I know it's only 1-0, but it's been a very good game to watch. Everyone in terms of both sides, very technical, and I think second half it's set up very well, especially with obviously Austria had a lot of chances, but if they do come out and really get a goal, I think they'll come out a bit more, and it'd be interesting to see how this Dutch side, especially in this competition, really haven't been put under a lot of pressure. I know only 2 games into the tournament, really, but it'd be interesting to see how the second half and obviously in the final group game and if you do go deeper into the tournament, how this Dutch side copes under pressure. Obviously, the absence of Virgil van Dijk, mate, but I'm just hoping Austria do put a bit more pressure than they have done in the first half.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I think Netherlands have had more of the threat. They've got the took the lead with a penalty after only 10 minutes, and Memphis Depay took his penalty really well stuck in the bottom corner. But I still, even now, I still can't believe that that challenge by Alaba of all people, experienced player, the captain, comes absolutely rushing out, rush of blood. He stamps on them free, and it's. We checked for VAR, very good use of the technology, and it was like a stonewall penalty you're ever going to see.
Yeah, it was great officiating from the referee anyway. Straight over. Me and Bill, when we were watching, and everyone at home, probably at first glance, it didn't look much of it, but obviously from another angle, it just happened so quick. But the referee got the right decision, as you said. It's very rash from the ex-Bayern Munich man. He doesn't usually do that. He's really composed in terms of defending. Well, he has been in the last couple of seasons for Bayern, but all great players everyone has mistakes in them, and it's very strange to see a player with his ability to do that. But yeah, Depay, great penalty there. He will be the leading life for Holland in this tournament, really, going forward.
No, definitely. Excellent penalty, and it had to be because the Austria keeper, Backman, he dived the right way and he nearly got to it. So if that wasn't in the corner, he saves it. So it was in the end an excellent penalty from Depay. And they're just showing on BBC how far Austria are pushing up the pitch on like the halfway line most of the time. But it's But we mentioned it before. Our Stecklenburg, there's an amount of times where he'll take goal kicks, or he'll just have it in open play, and then he'll go direct and try and find, whether it's Wijnaldum or Weghorst in particular, target man. And it's been used to a great effect with the players running off him.
Yeah, it's obviously similar, more or less similar system to the way in which England are potentially going to play in this tournament, mate. Obviously, a lot of top teams in Europe, they've seen the likes of Liverpool's system, the likes of Bayern's system, and obviously Barcelona in the past in terms of utilising the fullbacks as a team, and as you just seen there, mate, on everyone. Obviously, Dumfries and Van Aanholt, the couple of opportunities he did have, they've been more or less cutting in, and as you mentioned there, build a high line that Austria more or less the employees in that first half, trying to suffocate Weghorst. Obviously, he's not got a lot of pace about him, but he's a very good hold-up player. And I think if I was Depay, I'd be looking to try and get a bit more in behind this Austrian, because there's a lot of space for obviously the wide players and obviously Memphis to really get in behind.
Yeah, no, it's weird with the Netherlands, because obviously they, famously that are more of a 4-3-3 kind of nation, and I don't think it's been done too much in their history where they play like wing backs or three at the back and stuff. So, but to be fair, in this game and in the Ukraine game, it seems to have worked for them, you have to say.
Yeah, I think it was. I was watching in the first group of games. I think there were. It was Clarence Seedorf, or one of the pundits he had on the channel anyway. He was discussing how they changed system, really, obviously due to the absence of Virgil van Dijk, and obviously trying to get that extra centre back in. And he starts off the tournament very well, and that first half, I think, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Bill, I think better teams as they go deeper in the competition. I think if you're playing over like England or France, who have players that are a lot more pace in and about their squads, you can very much get at this Dutch back line. But at the minute, they haven't been really put under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. So one now it's half time. I think we've discussed this game as much as we could. Who's sort of impressed you out of the other nations in this tournament so far?
England. I've got to say, obviously, Croatia, very good technical side. A lot of players have retired since they last played in the World Cup, but the manner and way in which England really did approach that game, and the professionalism in which they did show. Henderson wasn't playing, Declan Rice and Phillips, the Leeds man. Really, those two in the middle of the park made the combination play, and I'm hoping that doesn't change in terms of Gareth had the ability that has been questioned about him as England manager, but he didn't sway away from him selecting Jackie Grealish anyway. Obviously, he was on the bench for the Croatia game, but he stuck with his guns, picked the players in which he did, and he didn't let other people from outside, obviously the press and obviously the pundits and obviously the journos and everyone discussing pre-game, but just how mature in terms of the performance was. And obviously 1-0 professional performance. I don't know how Harry Kane really much didn't put that ball in the back of the net, but I think it's got a lot of positives to go forward for England. Obviously, Portugal. I was watching that game as well, Bill, and everyone at home. They've got so much talent in that squad. I've got Portugal in the sweep with me and the lads anyway. So I'm hoping they do well. As well as England doing well, but I got them in the sweep. So, and obviously you can't look past the French as well. The sheer pace of Mbappe, it's frightening. It made me laugh. There was an opportunity when he got through. He broke through on that German defence, and he more or less put Hummels into retirement. It was like reminiscent.
He did.
It was very much reminiscent of watching Drogba against Carragher all those years ago, when you just like, there's no way.
Van Persie against John Terry.
Yeah, just certain moments. I've sat there with the lads, and I was like, we already know how good a player Mbappe is, but just when you're watching a player, his ability just getting behind certain defences. But yeah, for me, if we had to pick a team that more or less favourites, I know prior to the competition, what have you thought of Italy's? I know they coming into the competition, they've probably been one of the most impressive this in this Euros. Obviously, 10 clean sheets that is now. For the Italians, Mancini, I think if you had to look for a dark horse, I know everyone's going, oh, dark horse, but in terms of them, I think Mancini's got them very much playing as a team collective. There's not a lot of good, well, there's obviously a lot of good Italian players in that squad, but not a lot of big players. Obviously, reminiscent of no Del Piero's or Totti's back in the day, the Maldinis. They're very much more of a team collective. You have to pick a team that were possible outside chance, but a lot of quality in the squad. It's the Italians that have really impressed me, probably the most, along with obviously the French and the Portuguese.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think I've been impressed with Italy, but what I will say is they've played, I think, limited opposition. Turkey, I've looked absolutely awful so far. Losing obviously to Italy, and then they lost to Wales as well, and they didn't look that great. So, but also, and I completely, thanks Sam. I completely agree with what Sam's saying. Will be good to see it against a big team, and I agree. And Italy, they beat beat Switzerland yesterday, and Switzerland a decent outfit, but they're limited in attacking. They don't famously in all competitions they qualify for, don't score a huge amount. So, do you know what I mean? So I think Italy remind me of, in terms of so far the hype they're getting, like when I think Argentina in 2010, the World Cup under Diego Maradona, that everyone was raving about, and then they got beat by Germany, I think it was, and then maybe not obviously to a certain extent, but there's certain teams where you think they're going to do really well, and then they don't get to the final. I mean, obviously nowhere near this caliber of side, but the 1982 Brazil side that everyone raves about, they didn't end up winning. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying Italy in that caliber, they're obviously nowhere near that, but it's all well and good doing well in the group stages and stuff. You've got to go all the way. So, as Sam says,
Bill and Sam, that England could come top of their group, and then we face potentially either Germany, France, or Portugal, isn't it, in the next round? Which obviously we're talking about big tests for Italy. That will be a big test. It's obviously, I think it's whoever finishes second in England's group obviously has a slightly more easier draw anyway. But as I said, if you want to win these competitions, whether that be club level or national level, you've got to more or less beat the big teams to really get into the finals.
Well, that's the thing. So we did a preview before before we got underway about whether England can win the Euros or not. And I agree. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, got to win. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is England haven't done that in this past 30 years. If we're probably going before that, in the knockout stages, who have England beat that are like top of the tree? Like the World Cup, we beat Colombia and Sweden about our level. Do you know what I mean? Not the top sides.
And even when you look at that Croatia side, mate, it wasn't, don't get me wrong, they played well against us, but we had a lot of opportunities in that game. I think it comes from obviously mentality. I think when at a big club level and obviously international level, it's about playing against the best, against their best. And what's helped us, I think will help England going forward, is we see a lot of our players in European competition, like to the finals and the semi-finals, competing with the best. And what these young players, they're used to winning. I think England, a couple of years back, they won a very young, it was under 18s.
Foden and Calvert-Lewin, like the under 17s, and I think the under 20s, I think as well. Yeah.
But they're so young, but they got a lot of experience within that squad.
Well, that's what happened with Germany when they're there with Ozil and Muller, and Spain when they had like David Silva and Torres and David Villa and all that. They had, David De Gea. They had like youngsters who were used to winning at club and international level, and that's obviously that helped them in their golden period from 2008 to 2012. So maybe it's our time. I think England of all the other teams, Italy, France. I think England looks impressive. I think there's more.
Very much so. Yeah, definitely. You look at the players that didn't even make that bench as well against. Sancho wasn't even included on the bench, was he?
Chilwell as well. Yeah. Well,
so many great players.
The depth we've got compared to, the World Cup. I mean, we had in the forward areas we had, obviously Kane, we had Vardy, Welbeck, and then like Loftus-Cheek, Dele Alli, those kind of players, like good players. But the depth now is absolutely frightening. You could put any combinations, whether it's Sterling or Rashford, Grealish, Mount, Foden, whoever it is. No matter who you play there, there's match winners galore.
Yeah, it's if you're Raheem Sterling, you're very much made up from, as we were talking before, mate, the pressure that is on certain players, and obviously Sterling not the best season for Manchester City. I think City fans will more or less agree with that, but he's got the confidence from Gareth and obviously getting that goal. Phillips, it'll be interesting to see if he does go deeper into the competition with England. I know Henderson's not been playing, and for me, from a Liverpool fans' point of view, I'd rather not see Henderson play because he's not played a lot of minutes, but you've got players like Declan Rice and Phillips, really. What I liked about Phillips, everyone, was his willingness to go forward. You see certain midfielders in the Premier League just not.
Well, that's what he did for assist. He broke the lines, and obviously, and the pass was. I don't think the pass gets appreciated as much as it. Any further forward, the goalie gets it, or if it's played too shallow, the defender cuts it out. So he had to get it right, and it was a wonderful assist. Obviously, did well. Sterling, that's his first tournament goal.
Yeah, hopefully it's the first of many anyway. It frustrates me when you watch Sterling. He's a player of bigger potential. Obviously, we've seen him, obviously, Rafa behind him from UPR all those years gone, and obviously broke into Liverpool's first team, and he's gone on to City, really. Not the best season, but I think if you're a player, Bill, and everyone at home, it just fills you with a lot of confidence seeing your managers just select you. And fingers crossed. And Bellingham, another player. What a player. He's 17 years old, and he's got the confidence and the ability to really dictate the games at the highest levels. We've seen it in Champions League as well.
Yeah, frightening how good he is, mate. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think he will start in at least one of the matches, I'd say. Yeah,
very much so, mate. I think there will be certain moments just underway in the second half here, Austria, Holland here. There will be moments for when Bellingham is needed, when certain players, Sancho's needed, Grealish as well, as we said. Italy. Oh yeah, Austria in here.
Austria, well clear.
He's out of the traps.
Okay, good start for him. Yeah. Well, that's the thing that we've said a number of times, mate. But they're only one goal behind going into the second half. And as the Dutch showed, they're in the Ukraine game, their first group game, they're defensively susceptible at times. Obviously, they were 2-0 up, and within a few minutes, Ukraine came back to 2-2 in no time at all. So there's hope for this Austria side, if they can stay in it, and you never know, they might be able to get an equaliser.
Just on Sam's comments. A few moves.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, can't play Henderson and Maguire. Play the same team, really bring in chill. I think it depends. I think the Scotland result, I think, has helped us actually, because Scotland, I don't think they'll come out flying. I think Steve Clark will try and shit house a 1-0 personally, but I think it will help because they need to win, Scotland, because obviously they lost to Czech Republic. They need to get the 3 points to even finish one of the best third place side. They need to get a win somehow, because they've got Croatia in their last game. That's not easy. I know we beat them. Scotland obviously nowhere near the caliber of England.
I still think McGregor's having nightmares of that. I can't believe he got beat on the halfway line. What was that all about?
Oh, what? Marshall, David Marshall.
Oh, Marshall. Yeah, sorry, man. It was like watching certain ex-Liverpool goalkeepers in the net being that far off the line.
Have you seen the memes of him jumping in the net?
Oh yeah, with the parachutes as well.
The Spider-Man. The Spider-Man is the best. Oh yeah, and the parachute is a good one.
Yeah, I was like, bloody hell. But it'll be a big game against Scotland for England. I think we've got the quality. I think it'd be interesting to see if Scotland do play with the hearts and are a bit more rash and a bit more. It will be. It's always a great battle when you do play, especially at a big tournament. Both sets of teams will be putting a foot in. And if England can get an early goal, I think the Scots will have to come out and obviously leave a bit more space in behind for England to go forward.
Yeah, and I think that's why Southgate might make some changes where he might play. He might not necessarily play Foden. He might play Rashford from the start. Obviously, he's got that little bit of pace. But no, plenty of options for England. That's for sure.
I tell you what.
Wijnaldum Stay had to win that one, mate.
He's done well there. But just before that break, I'm going Dutch on here. Dumfries down the right. All the back to Ginny.
That is Wijnaldum. Takes a shot on. Great block. Excellent block.
Yeah, just prior to that, the Austrians had a great opportunity. I think they were 3-on-2, but Sabitzer couldn't quite get his head up to get the ball through, and then the Dutch countered with that Ginny effort there.
Yeah, I think it was Dragovic with the block from Wijnaldum. Excellent block. Some excellent defending at times. I thought it'd be quite, sort of attack v attack sort of throughout this game, but some of the defending, fair play, has been pretty solid from both sides, I should say.
Yeah. Was Weghorst on here? I think the referee's going to play on. Good officiating.
Alaba's done well there. Yeah, I think right intentions by Austria so far in the start of the second half.
See a bit more pressure from the Austrians. They surely have to come out, don't they, Bill? And everyone at home you have to try and, as we mentioned at half time, do TV coverage, highlight how high this Austrian backline was pushing up, and the deeper this game goes on, the Austria will have to commit as a team more bodies forward.
Absolutely, yeah. But when they do get the chance to, do you remember they had the free kick and they actually pissed about with it, played it short, and then they didn't make the most of it. It's like when they get a chance to, whether it's a corner or free kick or indirect free kick, whatever it is, get the ball in the box, and get more players in as well. Chance here though.
Austria edge of the box.
Oh, good one too. Oh well, defended by Van Arnold. Let's clear that one.
Get the ball on the ground. If you're the Austrian manager, just get the ball on the ground. It's so frustrating when you watch patterns of play.
I agree with Sam. Yeah, missing on Arnautovic, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
It'd be a great option to bring on in the second half, but of course he's got that one match ban, so he misses this game.
That's not a foul. That referee, he's not buying that from the Dutch going down there.
That's a better ball in.
obviously replaying that great turn by Ginny. Just sent all three of them there.
He's done him like a kipper, isn't he? And they're showing the shot. That's a great effort. Great block by Dragovic, I think it is, yeah.
Just a hallmark of any midfielder, just dropping a couple of players. Oh, yeah.
That's Dumfries that goes down there. I think they both found each other, looks like the ref is saying. Yeah, they ran into one another.
I find it miraculous, Bill, of certain players, they go down, and then as soon as the referee has a win, says, just get up, lads. And then it's like, whoa, not that. I'm all happy. Straight up.
Or ones that are rolling around on the ground, like how I've been shot or whatever. Then they realise the foul's not been given, and they sprint like Usain Bolt to come and try and defend.
Yeah, when they're on the counter attack. Whoa!
Yeah, so well, it can't be that bad, mate. If you're sprinting for your life.
Yeah. Oh, it's the first Austrian corner. I think it might be the first or second corner for Austria. But
it's the first one, I believe.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they play a short one or actually get it in the box.
I bet Alaba's saying, no, I'm taking this one, right?
I think the manager's that word at half time. Just get the ball in the box. Yeah, first Austrian corner. First corner.
First corner of the match. Here it comes. Alaba crosses. Oh. That's a poor one. Stecklenburg grabs it easily. Anyway, he'll be happy with a few more of them before the end of the game, mate. Fucking hell. Absolutely no pressure.
Yeah, they all game. Pick the ball up for that corner.
That's a shame. He's usually better on the ball, Alaba, than that. But yeah, there's a big chance to put a decent delivery in. Didn't make the most of it. We were chatting earlier about Yarmolenko, weren't we, mate?
Yeah, he's
Sam's a West Ham fan as well, if you don't know, but yeah.
Oh, Sam, yeah. No, it's frustrating when you watch players and Sam and everyone, obviously, at club levels, you see them do well. It's like watching, well, obviously, Ginny's gone to PSG now, but me and Bill were mentioning top of the show, Ginny, he gets a new lease of life when he puts on a Dutch shirt anyway. And
let's see how many goals he scored for
yeah,
I'm sure it's over 20.
Yeah. But yeah, Yarmolenko's
23 goals. Yeah.
It's amazing.
And he scored how many did he score for
Liverpool? 1 or 2 in about 5 years for Liverpool.
He scored, I think 16 in the Prem, and but 22 obviously scored it famously in the Champions League, didn't he?
Yeah, the most important. We'll take those goals.
Yeah, so I think it's great for that. But yes, well, I mean, me and the lads were talking the other week about how certain players from all, not just England, but all nationalities, they tend to play better for their countries than their clubs. I mean, probably the best one I can think of is David Healy for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, try to think of one here.
You know, in England, they've had a few over there. I think Danny Welbeck's one of them.
Oh, yeah. Ox as well for England, prior to him getting injured. He was probably one of England's better players.
Who was that one, mate?
Ox, prior to him obviously getting injured.
Yeah,
he used to get a decent game for England.
I think even to a certain extent, Peter Crouch as well. Because his record's like 1 in 2 for England, but for club level, it's like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4.
Yeah, it's probably because most of the international teams were like, yeah. When you play Peter Crouch, like,
I think he scored a few against like Trinidad and Jamaica and like the left side, which probably helped him.
Yes, it was difficult. He was a very good player. It's so technical for someone that big. Yeah, it probably surprised a lot of the top teams when we played. Like, whoa!
Yeah. Well, did he score? Was it a hat trick against Arsenal? Was it one of them? Was it like an overhead kick, or was it in the Champions League? Galatasaray or something like that? Or Besiktas?
Yeah, he got the perfect hat trick for Liverpool against Arsenal. Yeah, left foot, right foot, and obviously loved the cheeky overhead kick. It's crazy. Someone like 6'7" can get the body up that quick.
Yeah. Back to this game quickly. I'm liking Austria's intent, I've got to say. They start the second half, so it's good that bodes well for the rest of this match.
Yes, on the 50, just approaching the 56th minute here now. It'll be interesting to see how both teams do approach the substitutions. I think it'll be interesting to see if Austria do make a substitution. Probably give it a bit 5-10 more minutes, and then as I said before, Bill and everyone, noticed a lot of players on the Austrian side or off the bench really, but apart from Lazaro, really, the only name really standing out for me. But I mean, you just need a bit more control in midfield, really, which is very difficult when you're playing Holland in it. So, but great defending there.
How high Austria are? Their line is ridiculous. They've got the ball though, so I suppose it's worked out for him. He's Elmer. He hasn't really had it in this half, but he had a load of touches in the first half. Bit of possession for the away side.
Aye, bit more composure on the ball, which you like to see. Omen obviously trying to mix it up.
They're just missing that spark up front, but it might come now.
Can you ball? Just get it down the wide areas, Austria. It's almost like the Austrian midfielders are playing with blinkers on.
Yeah, that's where all the Dutch players are. They're packed in the middle of the pitch. All the Wijnaldum and De Jong, all those players.
Dutch are through here. Gino Wijnaldum down the left-hand flank here.
Slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
David Healy scored loads for Northern Ireland. I just had a quick look because he scored in the Euro 2008. He scored 13 goals. I think it's that's the highest of a qualifying or European Championship qualifying campaign. He scored 13 goals. I think one of them was against Spain. I think. Famously.
Oh, that was a great opportunity for the Dutch.
Oh, it was as well.
Who was that playing the ball over there? It was Ginny. With the ball, he literally should have just slided into Weghorst about 25 yards.
Weghorst was in if it's passed to him.
It would have been a very easy chance for the Wolfsburg man anyway. Austrians going down again. Absorbing the pressure and any potential. Come on, Lima, you're the big lad. He's saying he's injured, but
no, they need him for the second half.
Stecklenberg got the ball now in his box.
Yeah, so coming up to the hour mark, and it's been encouraging for Austria this second half, but once again, like this first half, they haven't managed to create anything of any note so far. But still time to turn that around, of course. But they need to start creating some chances sooner rather than later.
Big 3 points for Holland or Austria if they can get the 4 points. Anyway, put them on 6 points. Dutch break down the left here. There's the pie. Played a lovely ball in.
Good ball. Venano. Great block. Had to get that challenge in.
Corner for the Dutch.
And I'm pretty sure that's their first corner as well.
Yeah. Lovely ball by Depay there.
Yeah,
what you love to see there from an Austrian point of view, mate, all at the exactly same time, all three of the defenders. Good to see them doing it.
All this on the line. Cooler for Netherlands, Depay to take it. Hopefully it's better than Alamas for...
Weghorst, back post. Oh, great save.
Save!
That's a pretty delicious. Sorry.
I think he scuffed it. I think he should have scored.
Yeah. Will the Dutch be ruining these great opportunities? That should be 2-0 again. Great save by the goalie. Great defending, as we were mentioning there, by the Austrians. Last ditch, getting the ball away. Another Dutch corner. Whipped in again.
The point takes it. That one.
Oh, it's just landed in my backyard. And whoever just kicked that. De Bruyne. I think
Tactically for the run, that one.
Probably just broke the spider cam with that, mate.
It's a good save by the goalie, but then he scuffs it. He scuffs it. And then it goes in because the defender deflects off him. But he shouldn't have worried about that. If he hit it on target.
Absolutely. He levered that in the top of the stanchion, mate. The goal.
He should have done.
Who's this? The Austrians making Lime has come off and all that. It's who's come on forward. And he's a big lad as well. Grilic, yeah. He looks a big lad.
I'm guessing he's a forward.
Aye. The Austrian Peter Crouch by the looks of it.
Andy Carroll, more like.
Yeah.
With his ponytail.
These most of the players took up about the top knot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, chance of Vegas. Create something out of nothing. Goes off target though.
Couldn't quite position his body there, could he? It was a great opportunity. It's a Dutch. It's obviously it'd be interesting to see how these substitutions by Austria do impact the tempo of this game now.
Yeah.
62 minutes on the clock. Oh, the Dutch, they're in now.
What are you doing? Wijnaldum? Van Arnold? Back to well cleared. Oh, God, 6s and 7s at the back.
I tell you what,
this game's open.
Yeah, there's no bodies up there for Austria really. I know they're just
keeps coming back.
Yeah, need to really get a bit more communication with the midfield and the defence and the whole Austrian side now. Really, there's no communication.
That's probably why Grilic has come on, mate. I'd say a bit of physical presence. I assume he's playing up front.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, just a bit of dropping in behind those two. Sloppy again by the Dutch.
Oh,
not a card. That should be a card. I think De Jong, he's done a couple of those tackles now. Will he be getting an Austrian player should be getting in the ear, the referee there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not on rash, really, but it's just
clear foul, that one, yeah. There's been a few like that today, mate, where there's been a number of fouls on the halfway line by midfielders. Like, I think Darun in the first, I was like, why are you making fouls on the halfway line when there's no pressure whatsoever?
Yeah,
few subs by the Netherlands side.
Nathan Aki on third. Yeah. Nathan Aki. One of many of City's centre backs that they've got at the club. Let's say 50, 60 million. Yeah. It's great when you can spend that much on a defender. I know Liverpool spent that on one defender, like City just do it for every single defender they signed. So Weghorst off. He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's played well.
Daniel Malen, obviously the PSV man. He's a very different player to chalk and cheese, really, in terms of. And
then Van Arnold. He's played well today, Van Arnold, and then Vindel, was it?
Which style, I think, yeah. I think he looks like a left-hand-sided player, mate. So,
yeah.
I think they're looking at half-time, looking at that Austrian back line, the high line, and I think obviously with Daniel Malen now coming on, I think he will try and utilise his pace and look to get behind with him and Depay.
Yeah, no, true, mate.
The goals in the Dutch league this season. Man, I know Liverpool potentially have been looking at the young lad anyway, but we'll see if anything comes of it. He's a completely different type of player from Weghorst. Similar to England, got a lot of different options off the bench, really. England, I've got the banner of Rams and Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, mate. I was saying earlier that the options we've got for this Euros compared to the World Cup and even the previous Euros in 2016, the depth we've got is quite frightening, really.
Yeah. It's almost a different style of playing it because different teams will pose a lot of different questions in terms of tactical points of view. Teams will sit, I think, as we mentioned, Scotland probably will tomorrow not going to come out and attack England. Yes, they play with two players up front, but he will sit behind and try and soak up that England press and really. But
yeah, you'd think so, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think we're quite flexible in terms of the players we've got. They can play that, that's probably why Saka is in the squad. For the Arsenal youngster and chance here for
now. Daniel Mallon, can he square it to Gini Wijnaldum? Oh, is that Gini?
No, it said Dumfries.
Dumfries, what a goal! What a goal! And we were speaking there, as Sam's already mentioned, and we were discussing the Austrian high line. As Sam's mentioned, high lines cost him there. And as we were speaking about Daniel Mallon, the pace in which he has to offer, very different striker compared to Weghorst, but Austria 2-0 down here, mate, and it's more or less game on from an Austrian point of view. They have to come out and gone as the referee. Looking at the line now, doesn't look like it was initially offside.
Yeah, let's have a look.
No, he's mad on. He's yard onside there. Yeah,
he's on there.
Daniel Mallon. Yeah, Austrian paying the pressure, playing such a high line, and Dumfries, as we were speaking at halftime. I think
he's had a volley at the lino, and backman's been yellow carded there. But there we are, mate. I think it'd been coming, to be honest. The Dutch they probably should have gone 2-0 up even in the first half, mate, with Depay and even Wijnaldum had an effort, and then early in the second half it was De Ligt, I think it was, who should have scored. So it had been coming.
I can see the Dutch getting a couple of more goals here, mate, and everyone at home. Obviously, Daniel Mallon, he just flipped the game on its head. I'm surprised everyone that the Austrians, we spoke about it half time, but the continued persistence of playing such a high line. I know the Austrians got a lot of pacey defenders. Obviously, David Alaba is decent-ish in terms of pace-wise, but if you're going to play a high line, you need to.
Yeah, it's risky, especially when you're playing. Even in the first half, Depay has got that pace of spinning behind. But
for Dumfries, that is great.
Yeah, scored in the Ukraine game, but chance for Austria to pick one back straight away. Alaba's about to take a corner. Hopefully it'll be better for his sake than his first corner, which is pretty poor. Corner comes in. That's a better one.
Interregger should have really got a better connection with that. I think you'll be disappointed. Player that
surrounded by about 6 defenders, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lazaro coming on, probably the only Austrian player I look on that bench, and really I've seen him play in recent years. But he's a fullback, more or less a winger. The modern day fullback, as we've just seen from Dumfries there, pushing on, getting a goal. Well,
I thought it was Jamie Carragher then, where you said fullback. That's proper. I know you both doubts about proper. Yeah. I thought it was for a minute.
I'm a lot cheaper to get on, mate, than James Carragher. You may go, mate, so I'll come over there.
Yeah, send Jack a DM, Sky. on CBS, isn't it? Yeah, CBS as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll dutch it in again.
No, yeah. I completely echo what you're saying, mate. I think this could be 3-4-0, I think, for the Dutch if they really put their foot down.
It's, as we mentioned, the high line, but if you're playing such a high line, you're actually attacking players from the Austrian midfielders to really try to affect the Dutch team, but it's not working at all. We'll look at sea, really. Communicates all and
they could have scored. Yeah, they could be easily 3-0 up, 4-0 up even now. So I think if this game gets more stretched,
good defending corner, another corner for Austria.
Got to make the most, please. They haven't really looked like scoring in open play, so set pieces have got to make the most of, I'd say. Going to be the sub. Come on.
Yeah, Lazaro looking like he's thinking about playing a short one, but it's set pieces are so important for it.
And it comes.
Just ball then trickled in. Yeah.
We just said about set pieces.
Yeah.
I've never listened, mate. Great ball in. Alabu
Oh,
there.
it was nearly an own goal by
Yeah.
was the left back for the Dutch. Same again, Lazaro making it interesting.
Good ball in again. Oh, just play on though.
That's all the Austrians need to do. Decent delivery into the box. Football's so simple, isn't it, Bill? Sometimes just get the ball in the mix. Or is it Mike Bassett? Get the 4-4-2. Get the ball in the box.
4-4-2.
Oh yeah. That's what me and you would have done at half time for the Austrian team. Get the ball in the box. Alaba, none of this short passing, lads. Get the ball in. Yeah, Dutch it in here. The pie. Oh, shot there. Seeing his name in the newspapers tomorrow, if that went in.
Well, his penalty was a lot better than Smallsy's in Mike Bassett.
Yeah.
He smashes it over the bar, doesn't he? An underrated line in that film where Mike Bassett goes, "Don't worry, Smallsy, getting closer, son." He smashed it over the
I love it to say when the lads of the captains have got who was just absolutely right, boys, let's get at them and just smash it to the air, and he's the only one that's up for it.
Oh yeah. Was it Wacko? Wacko, yeah.
It cracks the air.
Let's fucking
let's kill him. He's always got that nutter in your ear.
There we go. I knew Dennis was watching. Couldn't hit the sun of it.
Spot on there.
This is a running joke between us and the guys who come on, and we got on the West Ham Way channel as well, where Corey, who sort of oversees and hosts the West Ham Way YouTube channel, he famously or infamously hasn't watched Mike Bassett at all. He's never watched it.
Yeah. You gotta watch it. It's a great.
We keep telling him. We reference it. We got our group chat. A few of us. We keep referencing it all the time because he hasn't watched it. and that line, obviously, from Dennis is from the film as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Doom, coming up, Gravenberch, Ryan Gravenberch, another has been linked to Liverpool. He's very young player, playing in the Eredivisie. He's got a lot of talent. Someone so young, quite a very good player. So the Dutch wanting a bit more control in that midfield, and obviously the room being on a yellow a bit more, just try and not get him sent off because that's the worst thing you want.
I think he did well to actually. I don't think he committed another foul after his yellow. It's a fair play to him.
It's a good tactical foul there by De Jong. He's done a couple of them. What's Lazaro? Lazaro's trying to do a little dummy there. Still got it, Austria. I tell you, if Austria can get a goal in the next 5 minutes, we'll make the tie very interesting.
Well, that's what happened in the Ukraine game. Ukraine looked okay, but nothing spectacular. And then before you know it, blink of an eye, it's 2-2. It's Desmond before you know it. Here's another one from Dennis. 2 broken ribs, black eye. No, Wacko's just fine. This is the police.
I might actually watch that tonight, boys. I might watch that on tonight. Yeah. Classic.
Ball comes in. Oh, Stecklenburg. Solid. Not the greatest ball from Dragovic, but then again, he is a centre back. What do you expect?
Yeah, the Austrian fans there. I think that fellow thinks he's in Harry Potter. He's got a wizard's hat on. Yeah. There's no wizardry.
The sorting hat,
yeah. Game, there's no wizardry from the Austrian players tonight.
There we go.
Shock from the Austrian players here. Oh, I think he has to do a better job than the Austrian midfielders tonight.
Honestly, Jack, that pun was as bad as Scotland's defending the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
slightly, goalkeeper. I touch it in, yeah.
Oh,
touch it in. Okay. Very good.
Ball there, Depay. He's lost it.
That was all over the place here.
No, my father never served in Korea, but somebody bloody did. What's the? There's so many brilliant gags from that. But Benson and Edges is one of my favourite ones.
Oh yeah.
Where's it like 47 from like he plays for Plymouth or something? You wrote it down, Mike. Fucking genius. Genius.
Dumfries took one for the boys again by the looks of it. He's
humbling. Yeah, don't rub it, mate. Don't rub it. Don't show your weakness, son.
Nice. Let's see. We'll see a lot from the Austrians now. The fight and the great determination. Oh, there's about 5 Dutch players just fell on the backside there. Get your studs on, boys. Let's see what this Austrians team's about. Next 5-10 minutes now. Yeah, Dutch have been. As we were speaking there, Bill, and everyone in the chat,
Christ!
Stecklenberg, usually Stecklenberg with his Zimmer frame. He's 37, isn't he? He's 37. He's doing an Edison there.
Oh,
He hasn't really been putting up
30 minutes to go.
Pressure.
Good sense is now or never for Austria if they're going to get back into it. Just need to, he's just said and done, just get more shots on goal. It's not been enough penetration. Could be a chance here, though. If they get out wide, they lose it again. Get it back, though. Good ball forward. Chance for a cross in.
Oh, he's passed it backwards and sideways, hasn't he?
I think it's been too many.
You didn't have a shot?
Oh, have a go, son.
Great defensive header away.
Oh, Wijnaldum.
Austria.
Oh, he's looking.
Biting there.
Hello. Armour crosses it. Oh, okay. What a header.
Great header.
Still got it, Austria. Wijnaldum, great pressure, forces it back to the goalie. Even at the start, Mike Bassett is absolutely brilliant when they get lost on the Norwich on the bus tour. He ends up on the roundabout.
Where we going, boys? I don't fucking know us.
And then he's giving instructions to the bus driver. No, you've got to turn off here. Fucking genius, mate. We said for a laugh, me and Dennis and the others said for a laugh, we should do a video where like where you're reacting to something, where it's a video or you're reacting to something, whatever. Where Corey's watching it and we see his reaction to him watching it for the first time.
Just set up the camera. Just set up the camera.
Yeah, exactly. He's watching it, set the camera up and just get his reactions. Oh, that'd be brilliant. I don't know whether YouTube would allow it, but even just for our own entertainment, just for it to happen.
Yeah, you can do reactions of obviously videos and that.
Yeah, well, if I think Mark Bassett is on YouTube, so I think we can get away with it. I think. Yeah, I think that'd go viral. I think because I think every football fan's watched that film apart from him. Just waiting on Corey's vote. Oh, that's quality. Cheers, Dennis. Yeah, that'd be. I can't wait because we reference it. I hope he likes it because the amount of times we reference it. I just hope he enjoys it. We had Charles, who's been on the channel. He sent a hilarious voice note on WhatsApp talking about it, where it's just him laughing for 20 seconds. It's like, oh, what about this bit? It's like, I can't even hear you. Just hear you laughing. It's like,
yeah, last 10 minutes now. I'm just having a little look at the stats there. Just come up on the telly. No shots on target for Austria, which is very surprising. Well, surprising, but they've had the opportunities. Both sets of teams just haven't quite. Obviously, even the Dutch haven't really quite converted the great opportunities in which they did have.
Yeah, I think this scoreline reflects the stats really. 13 shots for Netherlands and just the 5 for Austria, and then absolutely none on target. Stecklenberg, the only thing he's had to do is catch a few balls, isn't it? Which he has done well, to be fair, but no shots to save. Alaba shoot.
Alaba. Nearly. He's just hit that from 25 yards from left-hand side of the box. He's had his head up.
Heads up, knows exactly what he's doing.
I tell you what, that's a good 2 yards away from the right-hand
my
post.
God.
What a goal that would have been. Stettlenberg had no chance if that was in top bins. Stettlenberg screaming at his Dutch midfielders. Yeah, obviously planning to the Dutch legends there.
That's a throwback player, Van Bronckhorst.
Oh, real player.
And Depay's coming off. And
Luke de Jong.
Did he play at Newcastle for a little bit? Was he on loan?
Yeah, I think so. I know one of the de Jong brothers did. I think it was him.
Yeah, I don't think he did that. I don't think he did that brilliant when he was at Newcastle.
Which is surprising. He was in the Dutch league. I think that's more or less his level, really. There's been many players come into the Premier League and not really hit the heights, but
sorry, that's a different de Jong. That's Luke de Jong who's just come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Austrians are in here. It's a bit. It's a 3-on-4.
Chance.
It's so slow from Sabitzer.
How many touches do you want to take?
The whole within about 10 seconds, the Dutch player ran past him. Nearly gone onside. Good defensive duties on the Dutch side, but so poor by Sabitzer. Reminiscence of the game's panned out.
Well, I think that sums up Austria's attacking play. Really, they're taking up too many touches, and when they've had the chance to put the ball in the box, the quality's not really been there, is it? Yeah. Ball comes in though. Oh, great defending that time. That was a better ball, but a great header from whoever it was. It was De Ligt or De Vrij. Couldn't quite see. Still got it though, Austria. Good block by Wijnaldum.
Austria are getting men forward, aren't they, Bill? And everyone, they are getting men forward as you expect. They're getting beat 2-0. They have to get men forward. But
as we've said, the quality's I would say too many touches, and the Dutch get back into a defensive shape, or the corners. There was one corner that nearly went in, but apart from that, and the crosses from open play, just hasn't been there at all. And still no shots on target.
Yeah. And you saw probably put that, but he should come on. But Cruijff, I think he's come off with a black eye, or one of the Austrian players come off with a bad black eye there. He's been in the wars by the looks of it. Yeah,
Schlager's off as well.
Yeah. So the Austrians gone for it now. I expect a lot of attacking changes. Ball in the box for Austria.
Header! Oh, shot on target. A shot on target.
And he took them 84 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, it's one of a couple of subs combining, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball, that.
Yeah, nice header. Straight at Stecklenburg.
84 minutes on clock now. 6 minutes. Probably be about 2-3 minutes on. Added on, obviously, due to the substitutions.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's hardly been any injuries today.
Kind of Dutch getting a bit more space here.
Yeah, a few bodies committed forward.
Nevenagi pushing on. Dutch have to just keep hold the ball now, don't they? Reminiscent centre backs, Nevenagi, very calm, composed, like we've seen at Bournemouth a couple of years. Now with a Dutch centre back, you've got to be composed on the ball.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
I think half the time Van Dijk plays like he's on a deck chair. Half the time, he's so laid back when you watch him. Scary,
like Mark Viduka.
Yeah. He's so relaxed. And the Austrians got the ball down the right-hand side. Now 25 yards from goal. Can he ball in?
All back post.
Corner for Austria. Last 5 minutes. So, yeah. We were saying, top of the show, goals change games. It's asking a lot of Austria to really change the tide.
It can make an interesting last 5 minutes if they score from here.
Yes.
You never know. Ball's got to be good, though. In it comes. Back post. Header cross. Oh, still in play.
Throwing for Austria. Pressure's still on. Line it. Taking a throw in. So Zaro. Lovely play. Can he get the ball and get his head up? Played it. Can he whip the ball in?
He has to go direct, I think.
Yeah. You've got about 7 men in the box, Austria, if they can find any of them.
But again, too many touches.
Mm.
Better from Alaba this time.
Yeah, Dutch will be looking for the counter attack.
How many times have you done that today? Just cleaning up.
Yeah, the Dutch on the counter attack now. It's a 4-on-3.
This is perfect for the Dutch. Good tackle though. Still got it over the home side.
Yeah, classic Cheney. Winning possession.
I was thinking this the other day, mate. I wonder what would have happened with Frank de Boer if I think he only managed 5 games for Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
4 in the league and 1 in the Carabao Cup. Would have been interesting to see what would happen if he stayed on. If they actually bought players that he wanted, because I don't think they bought anyone from when he come. If it's or maybe 1 or 2.
I think the highlight of his career in the Prem was Mourinho, butchering him in the press, wasn't it?
At least he was the worst manager ever, or something.
Mourinho had this whole statement written out of obviously on papers and that, and he just said all the stats. Like he was just like, right, the worst manager in the Premier League.
that is a burn, isn't it?
At least he had the bottle to go against Mourinho, but very few men have.
The only reason he did that, he was that was when that was after he got sacked. It weren't while he was still in charge. I think because I've read about it the other day actually, because obviously he's managing this tournament. I thought, I wonder what happened to him, kind of thing. And he said it because I think Marcus Rashford, he was concerned about him under Mourinho, and that's why Jose said all that shit about him, or the worst manager. That's why he said it. So I think it was a BT pundit that day, De Boer. I think that's how that all come about.
Oh yeah.
The worst match ever. That's such a burn. You can't go against it, can you? If you lose your
especially when you've got no points.
I don't think they scored a goal in any of those 4 games either.
No.
So it's like, it would have been interesting to see what would happen to him. But
I don't know if that's our telly. Did your telly go like?
Yeah. So just a black square for a minute.
I think everyone in the UK shit themselves.
It's not the first time that UEFA's feed's been a bit dodgy, is it?
Oh yeah. They probably UEFA wouldn't surprise me. Running illegal streams in the background. Hope we haven't even got it.
Yeah, well, but on a serious point of view, it was disgraceful with the Denmark-Finland. Absolutely shocking that was.
Yeah. It's classic UEFA, mate. It doesn't surprise you. Money talks. Obviously, thank God, Ericsson is safe. And obviously, the medical staff and everyone involved on the match day, medical staff, and obviously the players as well. It's not nice to see. I was crying. I was crying really. He was gone on the pitch, and I was speaking to my mates and you, Bill, and everyone watching around the footballing world. It's horrible to see.
No, it was shocking. But thankfully, quick thinking of the captain and Anthony Taylor, the officials, obviously the medical staff. He's alive.
Yeah, it's obviously these footballers have been put under not just psychological pressure, but physical pressure in terms of last 24 months. Been so much football demanded of them. There's a World Cup next season as well, and so just go all guns blazing, really. I know they get a lot of money, but they're only human.
No,
and a player of 29 years old, Bill, and everyone who's peak physical fitness. It just shows anyone.
Right, and he's same age as me, Ericsson. Same age as me. And he's fucking had a heart attack, collapsed on the pitch. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? It gets you thinking, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can happen to anyone.
Definitely. 1 minute's been played of four additional minutes, and it's. I think the Netherlands have played this game really well. They've attacked well, and the defending was a bit all over the place in the Ukraine game. And I think they've been really solid. I think obviously De Ligt have an impact. It's made a big difference. I think he's played well.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. Very clever performance by all the Dutch players. He's been about the board there. He's been really good. I think the change, taking Weghorst off, even though he was playing very well, Weghorst, but I think he utilised that bit more pacing behind, and you just have to look at Adrian Wijnaldum. He's through here. He just never stops running.
God, he's a marathon. Zumbo Farah is a marathon runner.
Yeah. It is the engine in which he's got on him. Crazy. We had to say another Dutch player, Dirk out. I think it's ingrained in all these Dutch players.
What a player. Yeah, what a player he was. So underrated.
You just love that. Whether it's West Ham or Liverpool or any national side, it's great to see players that just put a shift in. And obviously, you can sometimes take away from, probably not the best technical players, but you'd much rather have 10, 11 players on the pitch that want to run through a brick wall, and that's certainly what anyone else does.
This is slightly before I started watching Premier League football, but it was like 95, 96, whenever it was, when Ian Dowie was a West Ham striker. So going back a fair while, he didn't score a goal one season, but he still got I think it was Hammer of the Year, or he finished runners up, Player of the Year kind of thing. Because he didn't score a single goal, but he just run his nuts off. So that's a good example of that.
Austrians in here. Last attack, possibly. Obviously, we've still got 2.5 minutes still to go. Entering last minute now. Sloppy again by the Austrians. Lazaro looks like he's done his hammy. And Ginny's through here. Can he pull it back? Can he get his head up? Oh, Ginny's through.
Oh, now a good turn.
Yeah. Pass it, lads.
Should have laid that off. He wanted the glory for himself.
I think I've honestly just seen it's either De Ligt or De Vries. It was literally in the box, everyone.
Everyone wants a goal.
The centre-back was in the box on the counter-attack. Just a sheer determination on this Dutch side, everyone breaking through. It's ingrained in the Dutch mentality of being a footballer. Definitely. Johan Cruijff was one of the best at that. What a great player he was.
Yeah, legend. Obviously playing
Malin. I full on agree with that. I think it was probably Malin was probably running with De Vries before. Ginny was at the back post, but Ginny didn't get his head up before. So, yeah, I tell you, whoever's in control of this UEFA TV is going to be getting sacked after tonight. We can do a better job in the control room.
Someone should be after the Denmark-Finland fiasco.
Anyway. Yeah. Horrible, mate.
And the 4 minutes have come up. It must be only a matter of seconds now for the Netherlands. And it'd be a deserved win, mate. 2-0 doesn't flatter them. Probably could have been even more.
I'll put them on 6 points as well now.
Cross comes in. Surely all over.
Should be final whistle. That's a free kick, but yeah, full time there, mate. 2-0.
There we are, full-time Netherlands 2, Austria 0. Thoughts? I enjoyed that, mate. Thoughts overall?
Great performance by the Dutch, mate, and everyone at home. Just puts them on 6 points now. A very commanding position going into the last game. And it's what you expected. Austria playing a very high line. I think the Dutch seen that, obviously, in the first group game. They done that. And obviously, Marko Arnautovic being suspended, rightly so. But I think they very much did miss him in terms of physical nature up front. But Dutch capitalising on quick counter-attacks. Obviously, Dumfries getting the second goal in the 67th minute. Great professional performance by the Dutch, mate, and everyone at home. I think we haven't seen the best of what Dutch has to offer, but at the end of the day, it's the results. Getting them over the line, I think they'll be very much happy with that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was a good performance by the Netherlands. Finished 2-0. I think it easily could have been 3-4-0. Wouldn't have flattered them. Had plenty of chances in the first half, even a couple more in the second half. And kept Austria at bay. Austria were game. They tried hard, but the quality in the forward areas wasn't there. The crossing wasn't that great, even from set pieces. Hardly any shots on target. Stecklenburg had an easy night. So in the end, it was a comfortable win really for the Netherlands. And they, attacking wise, very encouraging like they were against Ukraine, but they tightened up so much better tonight. And obviously having De Ligt back was a big difference for him.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. It'll be interesting to see. We were speaking before we come on air where we build the last games of the group stages now, obviously heating up as we see a bigger picture in all these groups. Obviously, Ukraine on 3 points, Austria on 3 points. And so obviously that will be a shootout, really. Is it Ukraine and Austria play in the final group game, is it, mate?
Yeah. So that'll be a fight for second place.
Yeah. So it's all up for grabs, and that'll be make hopefully Austria play a bit more better than we have done in this game. But it was frustrating from an Austrian point of view, Bill, and everyone at home. It was. We got into the positions, but Sabitzer was very disappointed with tonight. Obviously, we've seen him in the Bundesliga this season, and for RB Leipzig, he's a player that really gets into the pockets. But tonight, he really frustrated a lot. He was getting into positions, but he wasn't getting his head up. I mean, Austria should have really utilised the wide areas. Obviously, the Dutch very much did do that, and obviously, it really panned out with the 2 goals, very evident in using the wide areas. So, Austria, it's a shootout now between those two, and big game on match day 3 in their group.
No, definitely. Yeah, no, I think they were a game Austria, but I think they took too many. I mentioned it during the game. They took too many touches, and when they did the quality, apart from maybe one corner where they nearly managed to burgle a goal, but no, they pretty toothless up front, and I think they badly missed having Marko Arnautovic on the pitch from the start or on the bench. I think he possibly could have been that spark, but the Netherlands deserved to win. 2-0 was the least they deserved, really. Thanks for joining, mate. Anything else you want to touch on before we finish?
No, Sam. I think all the bases have been covered. I'll try and definitely get you on, Bill, and a couple of the lads as well. We'll try and do a couple of pre-match shows. Obviously, big game for England tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
we can get the results over the line. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on, mate. And I was made up to speak to everyone in the chat tonight, and everyone enjoy your night, and obviously the big game tomorrow. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. But thank you for letting me come on. Fully enjoyed it. It was a decent game to watch as well.
Thanks for going on, mate. So thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe to Gash Football if you're new, and like this video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.